Hi friends, it's Julia. Thanks for swinging by my channel today for Christmas in July, day 25. It's hard to believe that this month is almost over with. Here I am. I'm going through my pattern paper scraps that I have left from this mini kit, and I'm working on mini kit number 3. And as I go through, I'm cutting down the pieces into uniform sizes, like 1.5 by, or 2 by 1.5, or I forget the exact measurements, but I'm going through and I'm cutting down the pattern paper pieces in order to create some cards with uniform squares on the front of it, or rectangles on the front of it. Each card that I create is going to have 4 rectangles on the front. And for this set, I'm doing more than just 2 cards. And so you'll see as I go along here. A little bit of a tedious process, but I'm getting a ton of my scraps, my bigger scraps used up. I used all the smaller scraps that were the appropriate size, and now I'm just going through and choosing the ones that are a little closer to the size that I need, so I don't have too much waste. And I think I have 6 groupings there, and I make 6 cards with this set of scraps. This is one of my bigger ones. You know, it's like I said before in probably in several of my videos, when I sit down to make cards, I don't always stick with just 1 or 2. Sometimes I will make more, just depending on how I feel and how much time I have. Now, I might start 6 and cut all the pattern pieces down today, and then do something different tomorrow, and then something else the next day, and work on it as a process. It doesn't necessarily all have to be done in one day. But for these, I don't remember. These may have been done like on a Saturday or a Sunday. So I may have, done them all at one time. Usually with the cards that I've been making them when I come home from work in the evenings. After dinner's done, I'll sit down and I'll make some cards. And I usually do about 2 at a time. And I'm just, working with what I have here and making a few more this time. And like I said, on the weekends is when I will typically make a few more. Pulling in some of the cardstock that I have over in my generic stash. I keep all of the stuff that I started with, and you can see I kind of skip ahead a little bit here. I have some tags, and I created some vignettes on those tags with some different pieces, and a lot of those are from the generic stash. Like the round piece right there with the part of a wreath and a bow hanging on it. That was actually from a pre-made Christmas card that someone mailed me, like a store-bought Christmas card, a packaged Christmas card. And I just used my scallop border circle and cut out just a piece of that to give you the feel of like a Christmas wreath. I think you get the point from just that little bit of that, and I think it looks really pretty. Then you pair it with a tag, and then you've got something simple and easy and really cute to go on to your card front. So don't negate when you get those cards. Rather than just throw something in the trash at the end of the Christmas season, look at it and see what you can use. I have several bits of cards, like the one that's beside the gold metallic tag on the brown scalloped rectangle. That is actually a piece of a card. The tag that says Christmas greetings on it, that is a piece of a card. So you can see I utilize a little bit of everything as I go along. I don't throw things away if I feel like I can use them, and it doesn't have to be this week or this month. They go into my Christmas stash and they stay there. I'm looking through my remnants ribbon jar for something to put through that tag hole there. And that's just a tag. Again, I had some tags in the mini kit that I created, and then I had added in from my generic stash some different scalloped borders or shapes or whatever. And that's a piece with a cut apart. and a couple of cards, and you can see there I've got everything all glued down. I've got my rectangles, and then I've got my tag in the center, or my scallop piece or cutout piece, whatever. And now I'm going through and I'm embellishing with just a little bit of bling as I go through, whether it be pearls or it be those bling pieces there on that strip that I cut apart. And I'm just looking to see what else I might want to put on these cards as I'm going through and embellishing. Nothing real frou-frou, nothing real fancy. I just go through and use what I have. And I love that I'm able to reuse some pieces like from Christmas cards that I've received in the past. I love that I'm able to use some bits and pieces from scraps from the previous years. Like some of those, like scallop shapes or cardstock pieces and things. Those are leftovers from years gone by. And then I cut them down at the end of the season and, create images or create little embellishments to use at a later date. So there I'm going through. I pulled in a couple of stamps from Close to My Heart. Those smaller ones, those are the M size, the letter M, and they have just small, I think they're like 2x2 stamps, and they come in the cute little 2x2 things, the little sleeves, but yeah, I don't keep them in those. I put them into either a CD sleeve or into a larger sleeve that match my other Close to My Heart stamps. I'm just going to go through and stamp the images or stamp the sentiments on the inside of my cards. And I'm using craft color cardstock to create these card bases. And I had bought craft envelopes at Tuesday Morning. They had them there for a really good price. And so I did 3 horizontal, 3 vertical, and I'm going to go through and stamp all the sentiments as well as some snowflake images as well. And I'll do the envelopes as well here in just a few minutes. I hope that in the process of me showing you what I've created, that it inspires you to get into your stash and to pull something out to play with, whether it be card making supplies or scrapbook supplies or whatever your craft of choice is. I hope these inspire you to get into your stash and use what you have. This is the first time I've made my own card bases in a very long time. I've been buying from Michaels or Hobby Lobby when they've had them on sale with the envelopes included. But for the next while I still have lots of envelopes already made that I have purchased, I'll make my own card bases as I go along. And there you see me stamping those envelope fronts with the Santa Claus. And because that is such a big image, there's a lot of black to it. Sometimes I like to leave them spaced out a little bit so they dry a little bit and soak into the paper a little bit more before I start stacking them. Only because I've done that before, and then it leaves a hint of an image on the previous, on the envelope or card or whatever that it's next to. Anywho, so here I go. I'm getting everything ready. I'm going to adhere down the card fronts to the card bases. And I feel like these turned out so cute. I'm really happy with how they turned out. And I love being able to reuse my stash, from bits and pieces from years gone by. Anyway, like I said, I hope I've inspired you to create something. If I have, please flip me a thumbs up. If this is something that you're interested in seeing how people use their stash, I'm one of those people. I have a big stash and I like to pull it out and use it. I don't necessarily buy all the newest and the latest and the greatest. I like to use what I have, and a lot of times I do buy at the discount stores at Tuesday Morning or wherever, when I go to the scrapbook conventions, I buy the stuff that is a little older because it costs less, and I'm okay with scrapping the older stuff. I like to watch the new stuff, but I also like to scrap the older stuff. And so here I am, I'm using my leftover paper scraps to just put a little bit of extra embellishment on the inside. I think it makes everything look super cute. And it's something I like to do, so I do that. Anyway, I appreciate you stopping by today, and I appreciate you watching this video, and I will see you again tomorrow for another Christmas in July card making day. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.